Very good morning, student. Today we discuss the Michelson-Morley experiment. This Michelson-Morley experiment is basically represent the class of interference by division of amplitude. First we discuss the apparatus, its constructions, and then working. How this interference pattern is obtained in this experimental setup. So this setup basically consists a monochromatic source, a collimating lens, and two plane mirror and two semi-silver plates P and Q and a telescope. The apparatus is shown in the figure. It consists mainly the two plates P and Q, which are semi-silver. They are kept parallel to each other. Okay. When monochromatic light from the source incident to the lens rendered the light that falls on the plate P. As we know, this P plate is semi-silver, so some part is reflected and some part is transmitted. So one way of reflection towards the direction of the mirror M1 and one ray is transmitted towards the mirror M2. So this ray is known as a horizontal ray, while the ray which is moving towards the mirror M1 is known as a vertical ray. When these two rays come and they get superimposed, so the reflected ray from the mirror comes out and one ray is reflected back towards the mirror M2. They get superimposed. So because of their superposition, we will got the interference pattern, and that interference pattern can be seen by the telescope. So how the interference fringes are formed? The fringes in this experiment are formed are the equal inclination fringes. Why we use this plate P, and this plate P is known as a compensating plate. As we know, this ray incident and reflected from the lower surface, inner surface of the plate P. Okay. Now then it travel the distance, which is the distance of the thickness of the plate P. If this plate has the refractive index, so obviously the distance travelled in this plate P is equal to 2 mu t, because whenever the light travel in the medium, so its distance is multiplied by the refractive index. So we multiplied this distance by refractive index mu t. Then it will incident to the mirror and then get reflected back. But what happened to here? We see here when this ray incident to the mirror M2, if there is no plates, if we have no Q plates, so the ray reflected back and then reflected from the outer surface of this plate P, and we get superimpositions. So we have seen that the this ray travel extra path. How much that extra path? So this extra path is basically 2 mu t minus 1 cos r t. Mu cos r t. So we can express this extra path is equal to 2 mu t minus 1, where t is the thickness of the plate and mu is the refractive index of the plate at plate P and Q. So to compensate this extra path, we have to introduce another similar thickness of plate Q. That's why this plate is known as a compensating plates. The type of fringes. The type of fringes pattern in this experiment depends on the distance between the mirror M1 and M2 prime. Where M2 prime is the image we have seen in the last figure. So how the fringes formed? So basically these fringes are depend on the M1 and M2 distance. So which is mainly work as a thin film. So in this thin film, what is the actual path? So if we know that the refractive index of that between mirror M1 and the image of the M2. So we can move this mirror M1 and towards M2. So obviously we will get the fringe pattern. So we will got the fringes of different types. So one of the important way you can say that whenever the vertical ray first reflected from the inner surface of the plate P and reflected back to the front surface of the mirror M1. So which is basically external reflection. So this is a phase change of pi. So there is a phase change of pi. Now for horizontal ray reflected from the mirror M2 and then reflected to the external surface of the plate P. So there is no phase difference. Therefore, the total path difference between this we can use the factor path difference is equal to 2 mu t. Path difference is equal to 2 mu t. Path difference is equal to 2 mu t. 2 mu t. 2 mu t cos theta plus lambda by 2. So mu is equal to 1. That's why we use here 2t cos theta plus lambda by 2. Here theta is 0 as the rays are normally incident. So delta is equal to 2t plus lambda by 2 is equal to n lambda for the bright fringes condition. So we will got the delta is equal to 2t 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. So this is the actual path difference for the bright fringe. Similarly, the condition for the dark fringes delta is equal to 2t plus lambda by 2. So we get 2n plus 1 lambda by 2 is equal to n lambda. So 2t is equal to n lambda. Now, how the fringes are formed in this experiment? Basically, this t is not the thickness of the plate here, but this is the thickness between the mirror M1 and M2. Here, this is the thickness M1 and M2 prime. M1 and M2 prime. Actually, this is the so M1 and M2 prime. This is the actual distance between M1 and M2 prime. So you can vary this T1 and T2. Corresponding fringes are obtained. So where T is the thickness of the mirror M1 and M2 and refractive index of the air is 1. So we use already here. So mu is equal to 1. Now the pattern of the fringe. If this represents the mirror and this mirror M1 and this represents mirror M2. If both are the parallel and their distance between them is constant, so let's say the thickness is not varying. So whenever the thickness is not varying, the fringe pattern we are obtaining is a ring type, or we will got the fringes of equal inclination. That fringes are known as a heterotype type fringes. So these fringes are formed, and these rings are known as a interference rings, and this interference pattern. So if you see that this is the mirror M2, let me call this mirror is M2 position. So this is the M2 prime. So basically this M2 prime is the image, and this one is M1. So we can say this is the M1 and this is the M2 prime. So if the M1 and M2 prime is towards like this, so the fringes are just like this. So we see that the fringes are evolving at these conditions. So if you can say that if these two images are cross each other and they make the angle, so the fringes are just starting from there, evolving and disappearing at this point. So this is the point of disappearance. So I call this is a M2 prime and this one is M1. And if the fringes, the M2 and M1 positions is just like this. This is the M1 and M2 prime. So the fringes are looking like this. So fringes are disappearing at this condition. So we have seen the fringes are different type of fringes formed in this experiment. Now we try to understand what are the application of this Michelson-Morley experiment. So this Michelson-Morley experiment is basically used to determine the wavelength of the light. So as we know that for normal incident, the path difference is 2t plus lambda by 2. 2t is equal to n minus 1 lambda by 2. Lambda by 2. 2t equal to n minus half lambda. If M1 mirror is moved away from the mirror M2, then the additional path difference of lambda will be introduced, and hence n plus 1 bright spot appear. So at the center of the field of view, if M1 moves from M1 to X1 to X2, and we will see that the n number of fringes are disappearing, are counted. So new fringes appear at the center of the field of view. So this X1 minus X2 is measured from the help of the micrometers. So X1 X2 is equal to n lambda, and n can be counted from the field of view of the microscope, and we can measure this distance X1 minus X2, and X1 minus X2 distance, how many fringes are obtained. So we count them and we put this for the conditions n lambda by 2. So lambda is equal to 2 X1 minus X2, or is equal to 2x n. So in this way we can find out this v know, and x we can determine, so we can find out the lambda. So the difference is measured with the help of micrometer, and n is actually converted. So the experimented is repeated for the number of times, and the mean value of lambda is obtained. Similarly, it can be also used to determine the refractive index of the thin film of the transparent sheet. So if we put the transparent sheet between mirror M2 and M1, so that transparent sheet have a refractive index mu. So we already know that 2x is equal to 2 mu minus t. So obviously this is the path difference in the air, and this 2 mu t is the path difference in the medium. So we can find out this tx upon mu minus 1. So t is the thickness of this film, and mu is the refractive index, so x upon t plus 1. Similar way, the x can be determined as we have already calculated in the earlier case, and by putting this x and t, we can obtain the refractive index of the given medium. Thank you all.